What's up, y'all? It's Shuffle. We got some information from one of the most reputable sources possible. This is from Iris, who lives in Korea. Turns out Red Hook went to Korea, and she's very prominent in the DD1 modding community, if you're not aware, but very awesome person. And she went to the convention for, I believe, 2 days and got to talk to our fabulous founders. So, some interesting stuff. Obviously, there's the backstory of Red Hook. There is information about kingdoms, and there is a small, tiny bit of information, the smallest bit, for Darkest Dungeon 1. Seems like they might make something else, or they are going to make something else. So, take a quick look. And the deets for the beginning of it, you know, they just talk about their history and their founding. Chris and Tyler met at Backbone, which if you're not familiar with Backbone, they make a lot of, or they used to, made a lot of ports for stuff. So I remember like the Street Fighter 2 thing right here, Turbo HD, that was a fun game. And they had like Marvel 2, stuff like that. So very good at porting stuff. And they met for Sonic Rivals, but keep on going. And the whole thing's worth a read. You know, you can learn about how Darkest Dungeon came to be, and just all that good stuff, and their insights to development. But keep it short and sweet here. I'm gonna go all the way down to what's to come. Kingdoms to be published coming January 27th. So not Q4 of this year. Instead, it goes about a month after, which I saw someone in ddcord say that this was probably to line up with a Steam sale. Really would have wished this came out in December because, you know, just from my side of things, a lot of things like ad revenue get much lower in January. It's the lowest month, which means people spend the least money. That's why they don't advertise that much. So, you know, it's going to come after everyone buys all of their holiday purchases and stuff. But I hope that it's still going to land, because it sounds like something people have wanted for a while, because a lot of people say they want DD1 with like updated graphics, not DD2. And, you know, the next part here, DD1 mixed with DD2 seems to be the middle ground. There are campaigns, quest lines, and a world map to defend from enemies. That is very reminiscent of the first game, where you had a long campaign and like a loose quest line for stuff. Definitely different with Crimson Court. And the world map is reminiscent of the Hamlet having, you know, the local areas to go through and complete the game. You'll be able to choose a few heroes and use them sort of like the middle ground. According to Chris, we had too much we wanted to do regarding Darkest Dungeon. This was pretty much everything that happened this year. So modding, console release, we need to not focus on too many projects. And that's kind of what happened. They like, I don't know if it's because the behavior money was coming in or what, but it was, you know, the start of this year, we're getting modding in a few months. Modding came out about the summer, and console releases also came out. There's some issues regarding those because of the porting, but it sounds like they're being way more careful about that in the future. And they had Kingdoms and a DLC. So it's like, that's a lot of stuff to get done, you know. Questions. Rat Dungeon. There was a screenshot floating around where in Steam DB, people noticed that the game, Darkest Dungeon 1, got updated randomly with something called Rat Dungeon. In fact, let me find it. Here's the Steam DB description. Thick sent this to me. I don't know where he got it, but this is all DD1 stuff. So public 2.1 years ago, that was Butcher Circus, I'm pretty sure. Same thing with this, BC. And then 16 hours ago, Rat Dungeon. It's a locked build. No one has access to it. Internal also came with that. So this was a big question, like, what the heck is Rat Dungeon? And seems like it's DD1 content. Also, to cover my bases here, the being TF2 is the one I caught saying the sale is at the 27th. So we'll see. It's a good assumption. So as far as Rat Dungeon, I don't think they say anything else about it though. It just says more content alongside update on every branch. So it's going to come out everywhere, you know, for all platforms. And that's about it in terms of the immediate news. And as far as what Rat Dungeon's going to be, I have not read this one. This is a Lovecraft story. It's called The Rats in the Walls. This is what everyone assumes it was based on. You know, it could have came out March this year, would have been the 100-year anniversary, the centennial. But I guess we missed it by a few months. But yeah, so I haven't read this, haven't listened to it audio-wise or anything like that, so I'm not gonna go through the whole thing, but if you know about it, you might know what's happening. Or it could just be in name only. As far as Kingdoms, it says Kingdoms is coming next year. Is Abomination still dropping at the same time? They haven't said, we don't know. In fact, you know, this even popping up outside of like public channels, the Twitter account and stuff like that was very surprising. So, you know, they talked about it at convention, conference, whatever it is. So very cool. And very big thank you to Iris for finding all this. So we'll find out more soon. I'm sure when they get back from Korea, we'll know a bit more. That's all I got for you. Look forward to what's coming next. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later.